I'm wondering what you're going to do with the money. If there's, if you had any thoughts of winning, and if not, then, I understand it's a windfall, but maybe some general.
Well, we started JCorps with $300, so if you put those two numbers next to each other, it's daunting, and I think there's a large fear that money is dangerous because you can just end up with a very expensive mess. I think a lot of the great work that's done here. Yeah. It's what we're going to do with the money is just strengthen our approach to attracting the A players, the people that help us grow, the outfitting of volunteers with the materials, shirts and such that they need, and then a lot of rolled gold honey wheat pretzels, very delicious, and it'll send me some free ones now.
I apologize for not introducing myself. My name is Yitzhak Hildesheimer. I write in a paper, national Israeli paper, daily paper called Makor Rishon, which means first source. And my main area of writing is the world Jewry. I write about Jewish people all over the world, except for Israel. I don't write about Jewish people in Israel. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. I did want to add one thing. Ari and I were chatting yesterday, and he said that in order to get one new volunteer in their system, essentially it costs them $6, more or less, the cost of a shirt. And coming from a lot of the infrastructures we come from, it's pretty amazing to see how much work you can do in such a lean way. And so I'm certainly excited that the windfall of this is, you can do the math on how many more people it could bring in. And certainly, I know that the $1,000 for the other groups is not a vast amount, but nevertheless, I'm sure that there's some amazing good that's going to be done for somebody out there, and it's very gratifying for us. Do we have any other questions out there? From the JTA fellow in the back.
Yeah, Adam Salvador, JTA. Could you guys comment a little bit about what social media strategies you were using during this campaign? Because a couple of frontrunners were established early on. Like, what was this stuff that friends kind of did out of their basement, or was this what is it that works? This is really valuable information, I think, for other Jewish organizations trying to mobilize.
I think one of the things, and certainly even with Rabbi Yona's organization, and definitely with the Chabadniks here, is that this wasn't a strategy or a tactic. It's not something where you decide, oh, we got to sign up for a Twitter account or a Facebook account, and then we'll be very successful. The organizations that were the most popular were the ones that are building a community and that keep that community connected. Certainly, Chabad is the most wired organization. They're always they were Web 2.0 before we had that term, and when you want to figure out what to do with your website, it's a good idea to go to Chabad.org and try to knock them off. And certainly Rabbi Yona is all over the net, on YouTube and Facebook and everything. It's really daunting. When I saw him in the competition, I was like, well, we should just give up. But JCorps is a social volunteering network. We exist to connect people with each other. The goal is that you come into a new city after college or during college, and you don't know that many Jews. Maybe you're uncomfortable. You wouldn't want to go to a Hillel house or a Chabad house because of whatever conversation you've had before you ever met one of them. And JCorps is just a way of saying, well, if you identify as Jewish, here's a very neutral way of doing it. Most people are pro helping kids or feeding the hungry. So you come together, you meet some Jews, and you have the beginning, a spark of a connection to whatever Jewish community you then want to go to. But there's no magic bullet. I don't think anyone here is going to say that they have some secret trick to get thousands of people involved. You offer them something that they want. You make it easy for them to connect. You also make it easy for them to really contribute, so that it's something that they create, and then they share it with everybody else.
It was early one morning, I got a text. I actually woke up to the little sound of a text that was a colleague that works with me, told me, Levi, do you know about this? And I clicked into it, and it was my nomination up there with 600 votes. And I did not know, today someone told me that they were the one that nominated me, but I didn't know that I was nominated. And I didn't know what to do with it, because I was uncomfortable campaigning, and we had a little meeting, and this colleague said, you know, let's put it on Facebook. We put it on we have about 1,500 fans on our Facebook page within the organization. And I think a lot of it came from there, but also a lot, because we have, the way how we got the fans is, we have a lot of volunteers and families of children that we impact, and people who are in their lives, and it wasn't a surprise to us when we have that many Facebook fans that we got the amount of votes that we have. And I just got a call from yesterday from a doctor who I know from Michigan, and she said that her receptionist every morning, one of her job descriptions was to log on to Jewish Heroes and vote for her. So I thought that was interesting.
Same thing, same idea. I also have about 1,500 Facebook. And I also got an email from my friend. I was in California for a wedding. I'm like, what's this all about? And it just dominoed, and it's word of mouth.
If I could throw in one thing about Devorah's campaign anyhow, or her supporters' campaign on her behalf. I was talking to a fellow who had recently been in a kosher restaurant in Crown Heights, and he said that people were handing out flyers saying, log on and vote, and it's a very old-fashioned way to reach people, but it certainly seems to have worked, so that was kind of exciting, sort of the old-fashioned hand-to-hand campaign.
I would just add that you can't, just by posting something on Facebook or Twitter, it's not going to make anybody vote. You have to reach people and make some kind of contribution to their life that they feel that they want to support you in making that click. So while I know there's a lot of buzz about, you know, the so-called magic networking, you know, I think we're all here because, you know, we care deeply about what we're doing, and we love the Jewish people, and we pour our hearts in, and you know what, none of us ever sought this out. This kind of fell on our shoulders, and again, Facebook and Twitter have just been extremely helpful in letting people know about what we do and for them to get involved. But that's not going to make somebody decide to vote for you. That's another level. Other thing I'd want to say about the social media aspect is there was a newspaper article which was kind of critical, saying, you know, that or maybe not critical, but observing, you know, that a lot of votes were coming from those organizations that were well wired. And I thought, you know, Guy, this is an internet contest. You know, this was created as an internet contest, and you know, that's what happens, and it's great. I mean, it's been a wild ride, and I think one more. Sorry to, I'm not. There are tens and tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of Jews who we can reach through Facebook and other social sites, and I think that's the real thing that we need to look at is, you know, why aren't every Jewish organization or Jewish community putting in serious resources to reach people via these social media sites?
Any other questions? If not, I again, on behalf of the Jewish Federations, this is my chance to just say thank you so much to all of you, and I hope it makes the often thankless work you do a little easier and a little more successful. So thank you everybody for attending.